This is a journal long session, just say for 20 minutes today. I've actually already got a bit of a timer going, so just for 20 minutes. I'm looking at trying to do some lives, but I'm still working on the technology, so we'll get on with it anyway. So yesterday, through one of the Soul Pages sessions, we had a conversation about Professor Mooli Lahad, and he's part of the Brighton Collective, I think in the UK. And interestingly, I'd come across the Brighton Collective in my working life. Hey, while I just talk, I'm just going to open up our Cosmic Journaling journal long book that we've had. Now, I'm not quite sure how this is going to be. It doesn't seem to like it when I do this, when I turn pages. So, but anyway, we'll see how we go. So this is what we've already done. But anyway, back to Brighton, the Brighton Collective. I used to be involved in a non-for-profit organisation and worked for them for 16 years. And we did family partnership training, and it was really, really helpful at the time. And so I'm really interested that this now resilience training is coming out of that same organisation. So it must be amazing there in Brighton. Interestingly, I had family living in Brighton, so I'm always fascinated with that connection. So interestingly, this was one that I'd done just recently. So there's obviously, it was filmed and what have you back in October. So it's obviously something that's very much around, and it is around for people at the moment. So anything that's going to aid and assist us. So, yeah, this must have been something with the breath, using the breath work. I'm just looking at this. So we've got a new page today. And I have got a bit of a stencil, and because I do feel like resilience is like lots of cogs all fitting together, and I've already started on the line because I had tried to set us up on going live on Facebook, but anyway, I'm still learning the technology. And isn't that about resilience? It's like, oh well, let's do it anyway. I mean, there's lots of generous people on YouTube, eh? Lots of generous people. And I came across somebody, probably about 3 or 4 months ago, and I just happened to be watching this. And it was like, well, the best way to learn is actually by just giving it a go. And at the time, that was probably very sage and wise advice to me, because I do love this sharing, and in my working life this was the thing that I enjoyed the most. And just at the moment I'm sort of on a bit of a sabbatical, so I may as well be making the most of the skills and the things that I love. I do hope you can see this. I've been fiddling around with my I've got a Logitech Pro 922, I think it is, Logitech Pro, downward facing webcam, which I've kind of just sort of made work. But it's all pretty low tech here. But actually, I've been learning so much, and when I was working yesterday and learning about resilience, I realized, this, just making myself have a go is part of that resilience. So there are 6, let me get a pen. Look at my beautiful Posca markers, stunning. I think we'll have a bit of purple today. So I like the idea, it's like a tree. This is it for me. It's like a tree which has 6 branches on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've got 6 branches, and they have a sort of a 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So they have a bit of a, what do you call this? It's an anagram. So B A S I C. So basic, the word basic, and then the word P, the little bit of a thing there, PH. Now I know the that is meaning physical, so I'll put that on there. So that's like physical exercise and things like that. This is cognitive. I'm going around the wrong way, aren't I? There we go. We'll start at the beginning. I'm all over the place. We've got 14 minutes to go. Basic. Affect, which is basically feelings and emotions. Social and imagination. So we'll put in here 6 potential characteristics. Of resilience. Golly gosh, we're really testing my spelling now. So I have to tell you, right? Okay, so I actually grew up in the UK and had actually probably a lot go on. And so I didn't really... I had difficulty with reading and writing. And... but I had this creativity stuff. And back then it must have been, I don't know, in the 70s, the teachers kind of allowed me to be creative. They did. I wasn't pushed a lot. And I wasn't particularly into the outdoors, but I really was into creativity. And I even remember it now as a bit of a kid being allowed to just go down that path of creativity. I was in the class, but I was allowed to just carry on. So that was quite amazing, and I kind of am a bit grateful for that experience, because I think I didn't have any, hooks, line and sinkers on me, which has meant that I've always had this creativity available to me, and actually in difficult times. So I think that that's where that's come from. So whoever was that enlightened teacher at Tennyson Road Primary School, actually it wasn't Tennyson Road, we lived on Tennyson Road, but it was a little primary school that was nearby Tennyson Road in Wimbledon. Thank you very much for letting me off the hook. But anyway, so what does this all mean? So we've got our basic, this is sort of all around, belief. Basic's the anagram. It's beliefs. Beliefs. Yep. So beliefs. So beliefs, and I invite you to have a go at this. If you've got 6 fingers, you'd be able to most of us haven't got 6 fingers and a thumb, or 5 fingers and a thumb. But anyway, so basic, I'm also going to start painting this, otherwise I'm going to run out. And I am all over the place, you can actually tell. But I'm just trying to do this a little bit off the cuff and just see where we go. So we've got basic beliefs here. And beliefs for me is like, I'm going to get a real run through today. So my basic beliefs are around, I really have been attracted to nature beliefs, and so like permaculture and the Celtic sort of way and stories. So that's my one, but you'll have your own one. I really invite you to have a really, see what comes up for you, and that's the wonders of doing this creativity. And now affect and feelings. This is the skill and ability. I'm actually just going to carry on with the rainbow look here. The skills and abilities of being able to describe your emotions, and probably hundreds of hours of counselling, and I wanted to be a golden parent. I really wanted to really you know, be a good parent. I trained actually as a kindergarten teacher, and so I was lucky in that I'd had a lot of education around, you know, being with children, and had understood about children. I don't know if my sons will say the same, but you know, I'd done lots and lots. I was very lucky in our community. We had a lot of parenting programs, and so I went to everything. I wanted to be, you know, the best that I could be, or as I've coined the phrase for myself, a golden parent. So, you know, that whole Henry Cloud and boundaries you know, was really, really big for me. So I need a nicer green than that, so I'm going to put a green here. Put a green for this one. Social. So social, I think this changes as you change in your life, you know. I'm in the sabbatical time, and I think the social time is different. I'm finding I'm probably more socially, you know, with people I'm meeting online, although they say, you know, it's still good to keep in contact. I try to keep in contact with family and friends as well by phone. But I left town and moved to another area for a while, and so, you know, I kind of got used to being online and keeping on contact using Messenger and WhatsApp. How are we going for time? 8 minutes. Woo! We're racing along here. It's quite good having a time limit on this too. I don't want to waste your time. And normally with my videos, there's not a lot of talking, but I decided today that actually it was good for me to chat about this. And also then you get to know who I am, what I'm up to, and I'm interested if there's any intersections, you know, that you're wanting to be a golden parent, or you know, you're finding yourself in a time of sabbatical and working from home. Maybe you're an emerging artist and wanting to explore these things. Now, so we've got beliefs, affects, social, and the next one is imagination. Now, this is the one that Brene Brown would have said, you know, creativity. And the research that she did showed that, you know, we need to be being creative every single day. Well, I came across that concept in 2016. I was having a tiny withdrawing time, let's just put it that way. You know, lots of things were going on in my environment. Actually, I had things going on. You know, I found that I was living in a bit of a tough area, and there were things going on in the street, and I found it very, very tough. I'm very, very sensitive, and I found it very, very difficult, and so I found myself at home. And I came across this whole world of doing online courses, and so that was one of the first ones I ever did, was Brene Brown's journaling course that she had, that Gifts for Imperfection, and I loved it so much, and it gave me new language. It kind of healed me, to be honest, and but then I realised, I didn't have anybody to talk to, because I'm here in New Zealand, in Wanganui, which is a wonderful little art, sort of vibrant little city called, you know, River City, the Rhine of the Antipodes, apparently, Wanganui. But yeah, so this is cognitive, by the way, and I'm making it yellow. I'm a bit of a fan of learning, and at the moment I'm on a sabbatical, and I really have coined this phrase, I'm setting my own curriculum. So if that's you, I'd love to hear, you know, what you're up to. But anyway, so imagination, going back to that one with Brene Brown, yeah, she said it was essential for our health and wellness, that we need to be creative every single day. And so I started to talk to my friends about this, and we actually all got together and started to do the Brene Brown course all together online. I think by the end of it, I might have had about 16 or 20 friends all used to come to my place. We ran it about 2 or 3 times, and just so that, you know, people in my community, you know, I could talk to people, because it was a slightly different kind of language, eh? So yes, that was imagination and creativity, and that is actually what this whole YouTube experience is all about. It's all about actually being creative. Being creative, being a creative with others. You know, the Flow Network would talk about, you know, what happens in the brain when we are creative with others. And so that's the reason why I am doing this work. And maybe this, you know, this channel was for you because it was, well, this is what I wanted. I wanted a place where I could go and I could just, you know, be creative. I would have loved a channel like this. So anyway, I hope you can hang out, have a cup of coffee, enjoy yourself, have a play. I am working on the lives, but we're a work in progress. I think my technology hasn't quite made the step into hyperspace yet, so we just have to keep going at the moment. So physical. Interestingly, this is one that is where's my challenges. It could be my age. We've got a little puppy, supposed to be going out for walks with him, and we do. So later on today we're off to the forest, which will be very, very nice. And on Instagram you'll often see the antics of Harry, the creative puppy, and what he's been getting into. So yeah, it's just ways of just being creative every day. It's essential for our health and wellness, and I really encourage you to do that as well. So please make yourself a tree and reflect yourself on, you know, these 6 different aspects of resilience. You'll probably surprise yourself, just like I have, as to what you actually have got to draw on. We're usually focusing on 3 at any given time in our lives. I think there's times in our lives where sometimes they're stronger than others. I will put a link below to Professor Mooli's website, the Brighton Collective, and so you can, you know, have a look at this yourself. But yeah, it's a very good exercise to just see where your resilience is happening, where you've got your strengths, and where there's usually one that you don't use a lot. That's probably my one here, and so that's good for me to highlight. It's good to have them all in play, but that one there is probably one that I need to keep working on. So anyway, all the very best, and hope this finds you all well and happy, and we will see you another time. Thanks. Bye.